Now, those that know of my videos know very well that I'm down to earth, speak it as it is, very plainly. Not into fantasies, not into giving to these things that are so appealing to the rest of mankind, okay, especially to the sheeple. Because I sit upon the pavement of reality and speak it as it is, tell it as it is, no holds barred. Now, this here, okay, we're going to have to deal with, is an excellent video. An excellent video. And I would recommend watching this video, and it's called The Best Titanic Conspiracy Documentary 2012. Alright? The Best Titanic Conspiracy Documentary 2012. Now, I've watched this and it doesn't live up to this which is put out here. It's a pigging con. This film is based, it says here, upon the research of Andrew Newton and includes the evidence of both the British and American inquiries. Fair enough. The eyewitness reports of survivors. Fair enough. Newspapers of the day. Fair enough. Photographs, video, film and broadcast. Now, here's where we come. You see, truth we've begun with. Okay? Then comes the deception. In all things that are trying to be sold as the truth, we begin with some truth and then deception, and then sometimes a bit of truth and a bit of deception after that. And it's our job to see through the deception and to hold on to the truth. So we've had the truth here, fair enough. The views and opinions presented in this film are based on actual evidence and legitimate inference. In other words, not actually facts, but inference. We're not going to make things factual, but only infer the factual. The people depicted are all deceased and can shed no light on the mystery of the Titanic sinking. This hypothesis is presented to viewers to reach their own conclusion. If you go to this video and watch it, they've made the conclusion up for you. I tell you, man, you get to the end of this footage, all right, and they have made your mind up for you by the way they have presented the footage. And I can say with my hand on my heart, they are very, very, very convincing. It's as convincing as the sheeple sitting in front of the TV and believing the news, everything that the news has to say. It is absolutely unbelievable. If it wasn't for the fact that I've actually worked on ships, okay, in one of my many jobs, I would have fallen hook, line and sinker for what they have outlined here. Now, basically, I won't go into the film, as I say, it's too long, okay. But it is a nice evening's entertainment, I must admit. But at the end of it, I said, hang on a minute, Boyle. What you actually said in this video is coming across as factual. That the Titanic was swapped for the Olympic. Because the Olympic was damaged virtually beyond repair because of its stupid captain. Which, it should have been Lord Louis Mountbatten, shouldn't it? He was a clown on ships. Anyhow, so one night in the dockyard in Ireland, they swapped the ships and they put the nameplate of the Olympic onto the Titanic and the Titanic onto the Olympic. When the Olympic went out under the name of Titanic, it was sank for insurance purposes. Now, I put into the write-up part of the reason why this should not be believed. Alright? And I really would urge people to have a nice evening's entertainment, get onto this footage, and you can see what I mean by it's absolutely convincing. It's going against what's written here. It's convincing people that it was real, that the Olympics sailed out under the nameplate of Titanic. Now, let's get back to when I replied to this. I know full well, having worked on passenger liners, fitting them out, that you've got tradesmen like myself on them, carpenters, fitters, you name it, plumbers, electricians, tilers, and we're all with our specific trades doing a specific job on that ship. Now, if I walk off on a Friday night and I've got my jackhammer and I've jackhammered, as we did, the flooring of a toilet, all right, to prepare it for the Monday and to relay the whole lot because the thing had to be expanded, okay? I walk out Friday night, I come back in on Monday, and some buggers interfere with it. I'd say, what the hell's going on here? Because remember, the two ships have changed. So my work will be on the other ship, not on this ship. This ship may be termed, named, renamed the Titanic, but my work isn't on that. My work's on the Olympic. See what I mean? Falls down. And there's hundreds and hundreds of you at this particular time, at this date in the 1900s, working on these. It was intensive labour. And everybody would get off the ship and say, I'm not effing this and effing that, and you've interfered with my work, who there? And was it you? And there'd be absolute pandemonium on the dockside. All these fitters. Hey? And the boiler men coming up and saying, hey, the buggering has fired my boilers up. What the hell's been going on here? And the foreman would have been swamped and there'd be uproar. Everybody would know in the surrounding town what the hell has gone on here, and there'd be an inquiry. Why have those two ships been changed? Because the other fitters would have gone on the other one and said, hang on a minute, Joe, I got your pigging work over here. Hey, Bert, I got your work over here. What the do you mean, so you're telling us, Joe, that these ships have been changed the berths? Well, that's what it looks like. Why? Hang on a minute, that's the Olympic I'm working on, matey boy. Why has it got the name Titanic on it? You see what I mean about reality? If you see this film, this video, you think at the end of the day, wow, the Olympic sailed out as the Titanic, but it couldn't have done it in real life. Again, over the sodding weekend, there's houses there, right opposite the pigging dockyard. People around on the streets, people in the pigging houses, they'd have seen these sodding ships pulling out at each dock and berthing in the other one's dock. And they say, what the hell's going on? That's reality. If I'd have turned up on the Monday and I'd have seen my pigging floor finished, I said, this can't possibly be. Somebody's been in over the weekend. Hang on a minute, this isn't the same pigging building. This is not the same ship. And then I'd have to have behind me carpet fitters, glaziers and the rest, screaming and shouting and bawling all over the place. We're going on pigging strike. We've had enough of this. Who's done our work? Have you brought in blacklegs? Or not blacklegs, but persons in from agencies to finish our work? Don't you trust us with our work? There'd be absolute uproar. And this is how it is. We've got to think with reality. We've got to put ourselves in the place of reality. These buggers here take us out of reality into their own reality. And this is what Judy Wood has done, and others, with the Twin Towers. They've drawn us in. Well, not me in personally, because I accept the reality of the real people who reported on that real event on that actual day. They were not like the pigging rest of these frigging hoaxers. We know all about them, Sandy Hook and the rest. Okay? The Pulse, Brussels, Batalan, Nice, Tunisia, Columbine, Virginia Tech. Need we go on? Genuine people as with the London tube bombing and the London bus that was bombed. They were genuine people. There was footage mixed up, even in that. Try and muddy the waters. False footage put in. Even actors. But we are able to see them as actors. Now this here again, you know, this shows us to the level that people will sink to. You see, they distance. I've seen this so many times in life. They will distance themselves and they'll say, well, it's only speculation. We want you to make up your mind. But if you come back to them and say, no, hang on a minute, what about this, this and this? They shut their ears. You can literally see them get their hands and stop their ears. And then they start gnashing their pigging teeth at you. You don't believe this, you don't believe that. What about this? What about that? What about... what about this, matey boy? What about this? How about hundreds of people here on the dockside? They've got onto this pigging ship and it's a different sodding ship. And they know it's a different pigging ship because their work has altered. Some buggers interfered with it, and then they go onto the other ship and they find the work on the other ship. What do you say about that? Well, you don't believe me. And they go off. And you say, why, matey boy, I've given you the cold facts of life. And if you're going to argue against the cold facts of life, plain light of reason, then you're reprobated. You're not going to listen to anything that is reasonable, anything that's right, anything that can be proven to be right and is right. You're not going to accept it because you're unable to accept it. Like a politician, a high-ranking politician, is unable to accept the truth. You give him a lie, he'll believe a lie. Because he lives a lie and she lives a lie. Right? We've got to understand how the hell life works. People work. And it don't matter how much you argue with these persons. There is a saying that to argue against a man, against his will, and he shall be of the same opinion still. Because they want to be of that opinion, they will deliberately be of that opinion, no matter how many facts are put towards them. It's like John Bunyan's Slough of Despond, wasn't it? And he has about a load of good knowledge, wisdom, understanding, advice, and he tips it into the Slough of Despond, and the Slough of Despond doesn't alter. You go to in other words, you go to these people, no matter how much good instruction, how much wisdom, how much understanding you give them, how many facts you give them, they will still be the same at the end of the day. And again, I'd recommend watching this and then saying to yourself, hang on, what about Bert and Shirt on the ships? They would have seen the ships altered, the docks. I'll leave you with that, because I'm going to go and get Molly. Are we, Moll? You prigging poser.